Overall, we did a nice job. I think we really did a good job executing our first and third situations. I think we were able to turn a double play against their offense in one of those scenarios, and I think we were able to get a double steal and ultimately win the last game kind of based on that play and having Kai at third base. So I was really pleased with that. I also thought our pitchers did a nice job. I think we've been having a hard time previously, stringing timely hits together. When we were at Emory, we had a couple like second and third opportunities, and we just didn't come through with hits that we needed. And I thought we did a lot better job of timely hitting. I know Amanda had a couple good RBI situational hitting moments, along with several other people in the lineup as well. So I think timely hitting, good pitching, and some good base running, I think all of those three facets came together. And then we finished with some really good defensive plays. I mean, they were hitting some pretty hard ground balls to finish the game, and I thought our defense handled that well to close it out. Definitely thought, last weekend helped us. I think we're going to be on our way to pitching and, playing better defense and better offense as we look to come at home. I think we have Alumni Day is also going to be this weekend, so we'll have a lot of alumni in town, and we run a little Spartan Club program with youth in the area, and they'll be in attendance at the game. A lot of them that were scheduled last weekend because the weather was really tough with all the storms, so a lot of them will be coming. We don't have a whole lot of home games, so it seems like it's going to be a packed house, and I know our team always is excited to get up for a big home crowd.
I'm in Alpha Phi. I joined in the spring of my freshman year, and that was when COVID hit actually. So I haven't gotten to do as like a full 4 years of in-person events, but the last 2 years I've been able to like have a full AC experience in person. And then over that time, I served on the executive board for a year during my sophomore year. And then this past year, I was director of academics. So I helped do some scholarship type of stuff for the chapter. The people were all pretty outgoing and kind of like driven to be successful. And I think all sororities at Case are like that, but I think it was just about kind of like finding the right fit and people who were similar to me and that would challenge me to be my best self. And I was actually excited because this year we got a couple more athletes in our new pledge class, which is always fun. We got a couple soccer players, so we're excited about that. I was executive admin my sophomore year, and so I was in charge of like all of the attendance, ritual policies, ceremonies, all that kind of stuff. And then I also helped kind of mediate the executive board, so discussions between like recruitment and marketing, just to kind of be a mediating voice in those capacities. So our philanthropy is Women's Heart Health and then also Women's Empowerment. So we have a couple different events in the fall. We do a field day, which is new. We used to do Carnival of Hearts, but now we're making it a little bit more active. So a field day, we put out an event. It's right outside of Tank in that like big field, and we do a bunch of different events that kind of get your heart rate going, and we raise money. And then in the spring, we do a handful of philanthropy events, but one that's coming up actually this week is mac and cheese. And so fam lines make mac and cheese, and then we sell them. And we use those funds to donate to the AC Foundation, which is for Women's Heart Health. I actually started my freshman year. I was in Boys and Girls Club here at Case, but then once COVID hit, it was kind of difficult to still be a part of the club because we couldn't actually like go to in-person events, which was the main thing. We would go to a school nearby every Friday. But then instead I found out about Big Brothers Big Sisters, which was still offering remote options, so you could become a mentor virtually and then still be able to meet with your little over Zoom. And so that was my sophomore year. I did that. And then my junior year, the girl who was president had graduated, and so Tamika Turner, who is kind of the head of the Cleveland branch of Big Brothers Big Sisters, reached out to me, and we kind of revamped the club. And instead of having people become mentors, instead we made pop-up events on the Case campus for big little matches around the Cleveland area to come to, or sometimes we'll like find a spot around here and we'll go do something fun. So like last fall, we did apple picking at an orchard that was about like 40-ish minutes away. And then coming up in a couple weeks, we're going to do a kickball game on Mather Park, so on the softball field, which will be really fun. I'm currently working in Jerry Silver's lab, which is in the Case, part of the Case Medical School. I've been there since my sophomore year, and I work with a PhD student Adriana Milton, who actually just published her paper and is defending her thesis and is about to graduate and move on to Dartmouth, doing a lot of really great things. So I've been super lucky to work with her. But we look at spinal cord injury in rats. So it's like an animal model spinal cord injury. And I'm actually finishing up my capstone there right now. So my sophomore and junior year, I helped her with her thesis project. And then this past year, my senior year, I've been doing my own project, which has been looking more critically at the injury we actually study. And it's kind of like a characterization study. So yeah, I've been really lucky to work with her. And in Dr. Silver's lab, they do a lot of really cool stuff. I'm actually applying to medical school this cycle, but I would love to stay involved in the academic community. And so I've held a couple different research positions over summers. When I'm back home in Chicago, I've worked in the Northwestern lab, and then 2 summers ago, I was in Boston, and so I was working at Beth Israel. So I've definitely had a lot of research experiences, and I'd love to keep doing that throughout medical school, hopefully, if I get in. The biggest thing that I've enjoyed about CASE is that, even though it is a super competitive school in terms of everyone here is smart, everyone here, we have so much like great athletic talent here, it's always felt like people push each other up rather than pulling each other down. So I've always felt supported by my classmates, my teammates, my friends, my teachers. I think one amazing thing about CASE is that every professor, you have the opportunity to make a connection with them. That's really long lasting. So shout out Dr. Driscoll. I still email her regularly. She's an incredible professor who's always supported athletes. So I've been really grateful for that.